This is the WTF. This product is described as a tinted moisture balm, not to be mistaken as a tinted moisturizer or a foundation. This product is kind of a hybrid between the two. It offers more coverage than a tinted moisturizer, but it offers less coverage as a foundation. It's sheer to medium buildable coverage. I wouldn't really say this foundation is medium coverage. I'd classify it more as sheer to sheer medium coverage. This to me is more along the lines of a tinted moisturizer than it is a foundation, but you still can build up the coverage. Ultimately, the point of this product is to even out your skin tone and offer a more radiant finish. Any sort of discoloration, redness, those kinds of concerns, this will help with evening that out. This doesn't warm up your skin like a bronzer or a blush would. I feel like I see a lot of people using WTF a few shades darker because they want their skin to look a little more tanned. You'll see a pretty harsh transition from the face to the neck if you go a few shades darker. You could bring it down the neck. I just don't really feel like that looks right. I think you should just match your skin tone and then use a bronzer or a miracle balm to warm up the skin. The WTF also has a smell to it. If you're sensitive to smells, that's something to keep in mind. It's not a synthetic fragrance. There are essential oils in the formula like ginger, so it will have more of a ginger smell to it. If your skin is sensitive to essential oils, that's also something to keep in mind. That's why they don't recommend putting it onto your under eyes, because that's such delicate skin there. The WTF is also water-based, so it will pair well with other water-based products. That said, there's also a lot of great oils in the formula. There's castor seed oil, olive fruit oil, sunflower seed wax. So it is full of lots of really great hydrating properties too. Because you have a mix of water and oil in there, over time you may see that your WTF might separate. There's no synthetic stabilizers in the product. We just give it a mix and it should combine back together. Kind of like natural peanut butter where the oils will separate over time, but then when you give it a mix, it'll become the texture that it's meant to be. When using the WTF, Jones Road typically recommends putting nothing on before, but you still can use a little skin prep if you have very dry skin and you love using your potent moisturizers. You can use that in the morning, give it about 15-30 minutes, and then you can use your WTF. There's also no SPF in the formula. That way you can pick and choose whatever SPF works for you at home. I personally have been using this Kosas tinted SPF. This has a bronze color to it, so if you want to get that warmth on your skin, you could use a little SPF with some of that bronze. I also recommend building in sheer layers. So start with a pea-sized amount and then build from there. I personally love using the skin brush because I can dip directly into the WTF without having to use another vessel. I'll be demonstrating the WTF on my skin as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The only thing I have on my skin is this tinted SPF from Kosas. I put a little bit of that on probably around a half hour to an hour ago. This is the shade Ivory. I prefer using the skin brush with the WTF. I find that it offers more coverage. Some people do like to use the everything brush. This is the difference side by side. I still think the skin brush gives a little more coverage. There's quite a bit in the cap. I'll use it in the cap first. This is how much I'm starting with. This first line is always the most satisfying. I won't apply too much under the eyes because there is essential oils in the formula. I'll keep it further down. I won't be taking the foundation all the way back here because I don't really need the coverage back there. Here's what it looks like on the skin. This is unfiltered. There's no blurring happening. You can still see some of my dark spots coming through. I think I still want more coverage on this side, so I'll do a second sheer layer. The best way to add coverage is not to apply everything on at once. Doing sheer layers is the most natural looking way to build coverage. You can see how much glow this brought to the skin. This is the finished makeup look wearing Ivory. I also put a little bit of my Westman Atelier blush on top. I'll link that in the description as well. I love the WTF in the wintertime. It gives the skin a beautiful glow. It keeps me fresh all day long. I always get compliments on my skin when I'm wearing the WTF. It's never what my makeup looks like. They're always like, your skin looks really good, which to me is a win because I want it to look like my skin. I don't want it to look like I'm wearing makeup. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.